This video is part 2 in how I think I might have figured women out. Now, I know I absolutely have not. No one has. But I got some suspicions. It's like that board game back in the day, Clue. GenX, baby. It's like that board game, Clue. I don't have an accusation yet. I'm not ready. But I got some suspicions. So this video is part 2. It's titled The Head and the Heart. If you want to go check out the first one, part 1, that one's titled 5 Doors. It's about what women really want and what men really want. And it's an analogy. This one is another analogy. It's called The Head and the Heart. It's part 2. Now this is how it goes. This is where I think I might have figured women out. Think about it like this. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, if you got something to add to it. And I'm not saying this, I'm not trying to say this in any patriarchal, sexist type of way. Just roll with me. But men are kind of like the head. And when I'm saying the head, I don't mean the top. I don't mean the peak. I mean the boss, the decision maker. I'm not really saying that. I'm saying literally like the head. Men often are trying to figure shit out. Calculate. Unless you got a dumb motherfucker in your life. But men are often trying to figure shit out. They're often trying to do the math. They're often trying to, make some sense of things. And so sometimes they lose the forest for the trees. They're trying to figure out the equation without realizing what it means or the impact of it. But many times, men, we're trying to figure shit out. We're trying to run the numbers. It's a head. Women, a lot of times, it's the heart. It's not so much about the numbers. It's about what it equals. Who gets what? Who's impacted by it? So a lot of times women lose the trees for the forest because they're thinking about the end game. How is it going to impact people? How is it going to change people's lives or make them feel better or whatever? And men are like, yeah, but how do you get to that point? You got to do the numbers to get to that point. And so men will say, well, we can't do the numbers, so we can't get there. And women will say, no, that's bullshit. We get there. Anyway, my point being is if you think about this in relationships, roll with me in relationships. That's why a lot of times you have arguments where men are essentially like, tell me what the fuck. Tell me what you need. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what I did. Binary. Give me a simple answer. Here's the math. Give me the fucking equation. And it doesn't really work sometimes because women are not coming from that perspective. They're coming from having the equation and then wondering why your numbers are wrong. So a lot of times men are trying to figure out in a relationship what to do for that woman. Like what to do, how to be, how to act, what to get her. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. So the man's kind of tap dancing because he's trying to figure out what to do. When in reality, what a woman really, really wants is she wants that man to know, and she wants him to know for her. So that's why, roll with me, that's why a lot of times nice guys finish last and assholes sometimes finish better. And the reason why is because the nice guy rolls up and he's thinking, what can I do? What can I do? Tell me what can I do? I bought you roses. I got you candy. I got you, I bought you tickets to a show. I'm paying attention to them. Listen to your conversations. I'm trying to figure out what you want. And the asshole basically looks her up and down, licks his lips, and then tell her what he wants to do to her. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no real connection about doing the math. This is what's real. This is what I want. And so a woman can identify better with the dude that was just like, hey, it might have been rude, but I want to eat your pussy. Than the dude that's like, can I take you out? Is there any way I can give you a call? It doesn't make sense. The dude that's actually thinking about you, you don't really connect with, you reject. Whereas the dude that had a feeling about you, you can roll with him a little bit more, even though you have no fucking idea where it may go. So that's what I'm saying. That sometimes is the disconnect between men and women. Men were rather simple. Go check out the first video, like I said, part 1, the 5 doors. Men only really want to go through one door. It's a big fucking obvious door. It's sex. Big fucking obvious door. But they need a woman to let him in. But he just needs to get in. Just crack it open, please. Women, there are like 5 doors. And they're not as big. They're not as obvious. And they don't need the man to open the door and let them in. They need the man to want to take her in and cater to her and make her feel good on the inside. She needs him to want. So the man is trying to figure out, what can I do to say to this woman so I can get in that door? The woman is like, here, how can I get him to want to take me in this room and cater to me? So that's what I'm saying. So in this video, it's about the head and the heart, but it's still relatable. It's still relatable. So my suspicion is that when you're dealing with women, beyond the surface level, beyond just, hey, what's up, how you doing, you look good, you look nice, where you from, you know, just once you really, really want to start kicking it with her, once you really, really want to start hanging with her, you know, get in a relationship, fuck, marry, whatever, you have to realize as a heterosexual man dealing with a heterosexual woman that you are the head. Not because you're a man with a dick and you're up here and she's a woman with a vagina down here, but you're ahead because you're constantly thinking. Now, this is not to say that women don't think, and I'm going to get to this in the second part of the video. This is not to say women don't think. But what I'm saying is this is your primary weapon. This is your sword. This is your hammer. This is the tool you use. You're fucking Thor, and, you know, this is what you use. So men are always trying to calculate and think. And so, like I say, sometimes we miss the forest for the trees because we're trying to figure out, what do you want? And what she wants you to do, what she wants from you, is for you to want her to be happy. Whereas a man might be like, tell me what you want, I'll do it. Does that make you happy? He does it, doesn't make her happy. Because what she wanted was for him to want to do it. And doing it for her made him happy. I got smoke on that one. Because for men, that don't make sense. If you really want me to do it, then there's got to be something in it for me. And if there's something in it for me is really for you, then what the fuck? Come on now, what the fuck? So men get it twisted, but women often get it twisted because they're like, why can't he get it? Why can't he figure it out? And it's because he's coming from the mindset of, give me the fucking numbers so I can crunch the numbers and then be like, am I close? Am I close? Do I get a reward for being warm? Am I warm? Whereas the woman the whole time is like, oh my God, like, I need you to take me in 1 or 2 of those small doors, and I need you to want to take me in there, and then I need you to cater to me at the same time in multiple rooms. Why can't you figure it out? And it's because he can't. He struggles to figure it out. But that's what she really wants. So men often are up here in their head, and they struggle to be down here. And this is the second part of what I'm saying about this, is that because society doesn't reward them for being down here. No. Society can reward a smart man. Society doesn't reward a sensitive man. No, not really. Not really. And then you flip that with women. Society will, oh my God, society will fall in love with a woman with a heart. You know what I'm saying? She's got a heart for her family. She's got a heart for her husband, a heart for her country, a heart for her people, a heart for her religion, whatever, for her sex. But a smart woman, nah, we walk past that. Can you introduce me to Chrissy Snow over there? Fuck Janet. Can you introduce me to Chrissy Snow over there? That's who I want to. GenX, baby. You know I got to throw in a GenX reference. Three's Company. I was always more of a Janet person myself, but that's just because I like dark hair. Anyway, another story. But my point being is society doesn't really reward, doesn't highly value as much a smart woman versus a heart woman. And for men, society, oh, you got some brains, cold, calculated killer. But woo, look at that brain. But a dude that's like Mr. Mom and like can, you know, boost his kid's self-esteem, get the motherfucker out of here. Soft ass motherfucker. So men are primarily up here because it's either because that's our primary weapon or that's where we primarily get rewarded. And women are more so in the heart. They're more so That's why, a kid, oh my God, like, I seen something on Instagram. It was real funny, but somebody put together some shit. It was a video clip of this little cute kid just sniffling, tears rolling down her face, crying, shook. She was shook because her daddy yelled at her. And then the next clip is a little kid just like having a good ass time. Don't give a fuck. Ain't changing nothing. The whole time her mom is like, oh, stop doing this, stop doing this. She like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what you talking about? And it's because of part of the narrative of what I'm saying. Like, that's your mom. You know she loves you. You know she loves you. You should. You know she loves you. You know you could fuck up this and that, blah, 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 blah. She got you. Your dad, you might be, if the motherfucker around, you might be like, oh, I say the wrong thing to this motherfucker. It might be, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust it the same. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times the men are in their head. Relationships, that's in life. We're trying to do the calculations. That's why you had male philosophers. Have you ever heard of a fucking female philosopher? Probably not. Were there some? A couple. But you know why you haven't heard of more? You know why there weren't more? Because they was busy doing real shit in the family, real shit in the community, real shit at home. It was only men who were like, I fucking wonder why that apple fell on my head. Like, and his wife is like, motherfucker, is we gonna eat or what? So you got to understand that that's part of the difference why sometimes men and women have a disconnect. But I think I have a suspicion. I think I'm figuring some shit out. Like I say, go back to that clue example. I don't know if I know all 3 cards in the envelope, like the room, the weapon, and the person. I think I know the weapon, though. I think I know the weapon. That's at least 1 out of 3. Otherwise, I'm fucking clueless. We fucking clueless out here. But no, for real, though. If you think about it, you go to your dad and, or you go to an older male or something. They'll give you some shit that's like some cryptic, like, answer to some shit that you're like, hey, man, what do you think about getting older? Well, the dog walks backward only when the moon is... You be like, man, can you just give me something straight? And that's because they live up here. They live up here. Whereas you ask mom, grandma, auntie something, she probably gonna tell you something from here. Something from here. The father, the man is gonna tell you, like, look, this is how you crunch them numbers, boy. This is how you do, or girl, this is how you crunch them numbers, girl. So you don't get caught out here. And the mom is gonna be like, baby, this is what those numbers mean. This is why these numbers are important. So when you're dealing with somebody in your relationship, when you're dealing with somebody out here, this and that, sometimes you might want to stop just for a second and be like, oh, wait a minute. I might be up here and they're right here. So if I'm trying to connect with them, I might need to come from here a little bit more, or vice versa. I might need to, but whatever. But I think I figured that out with women. So you got the 2 different things. I don't know if I'm going to do a part 3 or not, or a part 4 or a part 5. It'd be like fucking Friday the 13th and shit. Or Fast and Furious. Anyway, I don't know if there's an actual end to the parts that this video may have. But my point being is part 1, the 5 doors. Men only have 1 door. Women have 5 doors. And they need you to take them inside and cater to them all at the same time. And then men, we're often like, tell me what to do. Tell me the answer. Tell me what I need to work on. And the woman will be like, what you need to work on is here, motherfucker. Right here. And I don't think you can. So, like I said, I don't know if I'll have a part 3 or more. We'll see. But this is your boy.